Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. My name is Siti Zulaika binti Zakaria and my matric number is 280309.
Hello everyone, my name is Nurul Fatini binti Syamsul Anwar. My matric number 280874.
Hi, my name is Siti Nurshaidatul Akidah binti Ahmad Khori and my matric number is 280817.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nuraina Bidruzhain. My matric number is 280384.
Hi, my name is Nur Syaira Natasha binti Sahizi and my matric number is 280882.
Saving deposit are an important source of financial strength for the Islamic bank. They use it to increase their capacity for financing operation and thereby increase profit for the shareholders. Islamic bank raise funds generally based on amanah or wadi'ah arrangement on mudarabah and wakalah for fund management. There are two main bases of mobilization of deposits by Islamic bank. There are current account deposit and saving deposit. Bank may also get permanent or redeemable equity capital through investment deposit that practically take the form of running partnership between the depositors. Depositors in Islamic finance can be compared with investors or shareholders in company who earn dividends when the investment makes a profit or loss part of their capital if the investment poses a loss. The contracted agreement between depositor and Islamic bank does not predetermine any rates of return. It only set the ratio according to which profit and losses are distributed between the parties to the deposit contract. Next is modus operandi. Saving deposit account operate in a different way. The depositor allow the bank to use their money invested in profitable business which are legal and Sharia compliant. Generally, deposit in savings account are accepted by Islamic bank on the basis of mudarabah, where the depositor is Rabbul Mal and the bank is the mudarib. The profit will be shared as per a predetermined ratio open, while loss will be borne by the Rabbul Mal. Profit distribution amongst the depositor and the shareholders will be made according to the weekage assigned usually at the beginning of each month to their investment. Saving deposit are generally placed in a joint investment pool with other deposit mobilized by the Islamic bank. Next is investment deposit. Investment account are deposits that are taken on partnership basis. They cover all those accounts where the client agrees to place deposit for a fixed period of time or term and are governed by the mudarabah contract with the bank. No withdrawal is normally allowed in case of a fixed term deposit until the end of the period. However, more and more banks agree with the client on an early withdrawal notice, or they are simply allowing early withdrawals without notice. Fixed term deposit can be distinguished on the basis of maturity as well as on the basis of purpose, as it possible to give special instruction to the bank to invest a particular deposit in a specific project or trade. This is the case is restricted investment deposit, where the depositor authorizes the bank to invest the fund in specific project or sector for a specific period, determining the level of risk to be taken. There are also unrestricted investment deposit, where the depositor gives the Islamic bank unconditional permission to invest the fund without restriction as to sector, project or period, etc., provided all transactions compliance with Islamic principle and fall within the bank investment criteria.
Part 3. Challenges faced for saving and investment deposit. For saving deposit, for the first point, low return on saving investments. Returns are low and modest, and as inflation drains away at your money, your purchasing power may decrease over time. The money you save will lose value each year due to inflation. If you earn interest, it may help to mitigate the negative impact of inflation. Interest rates, unfortunately, rarely keep pace with inflation. If your savings account doesn't yield a competitive interest rate, inflation may eat away at the value of your earned interest, leaving you with a sum worth less in a year's time than it is now. Second point, savings accounts are not accompanied by a debit card.
To transfer funds to and from your savings account, you will need to use internet banking or go to a branch. You won't be able to use your savings account money to withdraw money from an ATM or to make purchases. As a result, it can be a better idea to create a savings account with the same bank that manage your current account or vice versa. Most banks allow you to transfer money between your current and savings account for free, but only if both accounts are held at the same institution. Investment deposit. First point, justice and fairness on profit and loss sharing for investment account holders. The Islamic banks are expected to handle the investment account funds carefully because they are vulnerable to several risks that could grow or decrease the value of the funds based on the performance of Islamic banks, as well as economic or market situations during the period. The split of profit and loss between investment account holders and Islamic banks in Mudarabah is based on a pre-arranged profit sharing ratio, whereas in Wakalah, the profit distribution is after the agency fee and any negotiated performance incentive charged to the Islamic banks is deducted. Eligibility criteria for profit distribution such as a minimum investment period for investment accounts with no maturity or early redemption for investment accounts with maturity will also need to be well defined and agreed upon by Islamic banks at the outset of the contract because it will affect the investment account holders' return. Prior to segregating profits between investment account holders and Islamic banks, PER is assigned based on profits and IRR is placed aside from profits available for distribution to investment account holders. The second point, the source of financing for investment account funds. The returns are determined by the success of the selected investment venues, in which the bank plays a major role, works on behalf of the customer and must make good decisions when investing the investment account money in Sharia high-yielding and compliant investment avenues. For instance, BIMB's Wafia investment account is built on the Wakalah idea, with the money specifically stated to be invested in house finance and bundle personal financing to assure constant returns over the investment account period. Furthermore, both banks' choice for the Wakalah contract over the Mudarabah contract demonstrate that Islamic banks are still not ready to take on the risk sharing and transition from debt to equity financing challenges. The rationale behind this noble principle is prudence, to guarantee that Islamic finances are not combined with other monies that contain riba, gharar, or any other non-permissible activity. As a result, any Islamic subsidiary that sells investment account products must guarantee and promote that monies intended for traditional operations will never be mingled with funds intended for Islamic activities.
First, profit from interest. You can receive interest on the money you deposit in a saving account. Banks are now offering greater interest rate and a slew of other perks to entice new customers, including local rental saving, unlimited ATM transactions, and more. Furthermore, some banks provide a variety of savings accounts to satisfy the needs of their clients. Next, the safest investment alternative. One of the most significant advantages of a saving account is that, unlike most other investment options, it does not invest your money while providing moderate returns. To make use of this service, all of you have to do is deposit it into your savings account. And the last one, amount required to invest. When you look at the various investment possibilities, you will notice that a savings account is the most cost effective. To continue collecting interest, all of you have to do is maintain a minimum balance in your account. Every bank may have a different minimum deposit requirement. But the first advantages is return on investment over time. While cash is unquestionably safer than stock, it is unlikely to gain much in the long run or to provide prospect for growth. In the past, investors who were willing to take on a certain amount of capital risk have reaped the benefits over time. This refers to the possibility of losing part or all of your initial investment. These benefits aren't assured, of course. When the stock prices vary fast over a short period, this is known as volatility in the stock market. This isn't always a bad thing. Volatility can occasionally provide investment manager with the opportunity to purchase a Berlin share at a lower cost and earn higher long-term return. The second advantage is inflation outperform. Saving must yield a higher rate of a return after taxes than inflation to growth in real term over time. With today's low interest rate, finding a saving account that pay more than the current inflation rate can be challenging. As a result, it was right to think about assets that can outpace inflation. For the last one is boost your earnings. It is feasible to supplement your income by investing in high quality assets. The profit from your asset could be used as a regular source of supplementary income for day-to-day expenses. Alternatively, you might reinvest the funds to increase or compound your wealth. In the end, it is critical to saving money. Investing can mean having more than just some rainy day cash, depending on your risk level.
We'll explain about the consensus of juries from the four mazhab regarding the issues. Mazhab is defined as a stream, ideology, or teaching in certain fields. In the context of Islam, mazhab is used to mean the branch of Islamic teaching followed by Muslim, namely the Shafi'i, Hanafi, Hanbali, and Maliki. The concept of investment was not discussed by the previous juries specifically. They discussed more methods of managing or interacting with property in cultivating and develop existing property while ensuring the circulation of property among the community takes place fairly. Investment should not be a gharar. Gharar is a condition of doubt regarding the success of a transaction's contract. It will cast doubt on the outcome or have a negative influence after the transaction has occurred. As a result, a firm must be transparent about its source of money, how it is used, and how or from where a return might be disbursed. One party may suffer a loss due to the factor of gharar or commercial uncertainty. Gharar can occur on things such as selling defective goods and those that have been lost or stolen. Taghrir, also known as tadlis, is the attraction of the party contracting with his tricks so as to attract others to enter into a contract on the assumption that the contract provides kindness to him, when in fact it is the opposite. There are three types of fraud, namely fraud by deed, fraud by words, and deception by hiding the fact. Islam forbids it, based on the words of the Prophet ﷺ. Therefore, all forms of investment that carry an element of fraud against certain parties should be avoided. This is a lot we can see in stock investing, in which speculators will play the role of spreading speculation or deception to raise or lower the share price of a particular company in the stock market in the interest of a certain party. Investing in companies that do business in ways that are contrary to Sharia, such as gambling, alcohol, immorality, and many more, is not allowed to investors. Investment in destructive activities such as drug manufacture, arms sale to terrorists, and others such activity is likewise prohibited in Islam. This is due to the fact that anything damaging will result in a breach of the Maqasid Sharia, which is to take care of religion, soul, intellect, lineage, and property. Therefore, investor can only invest in that activity if it is halal according to Islam. Investment activities must be free from riba. Riba is an increment that happens in a ribawi goods sale or a debt transaction. It is prohibited in Islam according to the Quran and Hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. Riba is divided into two types, riba al-fad and riba al-nasi'ah. Riba al-fad is any rise in one of the object of trade in a ribawi goods transaction, while riba al-nasi'ah is the delay in turning over one of the exchange product in a ribawi goods transaction or the increase necessary in the loan agreement owing to payment deferral. Last but not least, companies offering investment instruments are strictly prohibited from making a guaranteed profit based on the capital invested. However, assurances can be issued depending on the proportion of real profit earned from the commercial transaction. This is based on condition of profit in the mudarabah contract. Islam forbids guarantee to be made on capital because it involves usury. The prohibition is also mandated by Islam. In the case of a loss in investment operation, the issue is shared by both parties according to the term of the initial investment agreement.
In this part, we will focus on future solution in terms of bank marketing done by the bank to attract consumers to invest in deposits and be able to further increase deposit in the future. The first solution is that banks need to use multiple marketing channels to reach their desired audience. It is because each of these groups has different needs and present unique opportunities to open new deposit accounts. Once they have mapped out this information, they can then design their customers' bank, deposit marketing, and outreach plan accordingly. The bank can create a profile based on the type of client that they wish to pursue. It is important to do this because by doing research like this, they can know more about what their clients want, and at the same time, they can attract their clients easily because the bank can fulfill what they wish for through approaches made using multiple marketing channels. The next solution is the bank can deliver customer service that is both friendly and educational. It is also an important thing to do for the clients. The bank needs to give the best services to the client to make sure they feel comfortable with us and trust our services. The bank should hire a professional worker and have a good personality. This can make our services better than those of other companies. We must know that in this world, not only our company offers such service. So, by hook or by crook, we need to always be ahead and have creative ideas in developing the company so that it can compete healthy with other companies. And at the same time, it can further improve the quality of the company's services as well as further enhance the company's reputation. Lastly, we as a client also need to take a part in these issues. It is because we are also the important parties that can develop deposit in this world. So the solution that we can do is by doing some research according to the deposit and investment. When we do a lot of research before starting invest, it can help us to better understand about it and can avoid us from investing our money at the wrong company. The consumers needs to make sure that they invest with licensed institution, which means the institution had been registered and trusted. However, all the licensed deposit-taking institutions are not 100% safe, so that we still need to be careful and do our own research before placing our money with them. In conclusion, saving and investing are both important things that everyone needs to have. As mentioned earlier, both have their own benefits, and one of them is the ability to provide benefits in the future. This is very beneficial and not detrimental even if we are involved with these two things. However, in every matter, there will definitely be parties who take advantage. So that's why we need to do a research before participating. In Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 266, there is an interpretation that states that Allah commands human beings to anticipate and prepare in the future for offspring both spiritually and economically. In a nutshell, Muslims are strongly encouraged to invest in savings because it can guarantee their future. So that's all from me. Thank you.